So Lonzo Ball is off to Chicago in a sign and trade deal. He gets 4 years, 85 million from the Bulls. Stan, or not Stan, Kenny, how is Ball going to fit with this Bulls team? And like, what does this move do for his fantasy potential?
Yeah, well, obviously he's going to be backing up Alex Caruso, the newest guard in town, right? So that was all just to add depth. No, look, I think that this is really, really exciting. I think that they could even start all three of these guys if they really want to. Maybe move Levine over to the three and play Lonzo at the one or two and Caruso at the one. But look, I think this is an exciting team now. They've brought in Troy Brown Jr. and they have, they stole IU at the end of the draft there. And I think that they have now a pretty nice starting lineup. Vucevic trade towards the end of the season was big. This could be an imposing starting five with Thad Young coming off the bench, providing them good minutes. He looked good last year. This team reminds me a little bit of the Suns, frankly. This is a team that really came on strong at the end of the year. I don't think that many people thought they would even compete for a playoff spot, but they did. They added a legitimate post scorer. And now with Lonzo Ball in the fold, I know that there are the shooting concerns there because, he's been very erratic in that area over his career. I think that this is perfect. I think that, he's going to really like, this spot. I think this is a big market. I think LeVar is going to be happy. And I think that, Lonzo might put them over the edge and make them a playoff team this year. And if you can get in the dance, you saw this year with the Atlanta Hawks, anything can happen.
We're so glad that LeVar is happy. It's really important, honestly. Stan, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I love what Chicago did in the offseason. The thing that stuck out to me when I was looking at things was, last season to begin, the Bulls, they were like number two in offensive pace for the first few months. They settled in at like around 14, 15. After they traded for Vucevic, they were one of the slowest teams out there. So with the acquisition of Lonzo Ball, I think they're going to want to push the pace up a little bit here. He's really good in transition. He can rebound the ball and go. I think that's going to be a boom for Zach LaVine on the wing. They're New Orleans, they were ninth in pace last year. So I think that allows the Bulls to play in multiple styles. They can get out and run, or if they get bogged down or want to slow it down, they have someone to anchor their offense, just put it into Vucevic. So they're a multi-dimensional team now. I think that's going to help them out. His stats last year, he averaged 15 shots per game. I don't think he's going to get that many shots now with, Levine and Vucevic there. But the assists, he was about 5 to 6. So I think that's going to go up. He can go into the high 6, maybe 7 range. The biggest loser here, obviously, Kobe White. He was playing 33 minutes as a starter, averaged 16 points, 4.6 rebounds, 5.3 assists. With Lonzo Ball probably playing around 32 minutes per game, he's only going to play 15, 16 minutes. So, I think from a real life perspective, it might be good for him because he'll be the microwave off the bench. Usage rate, he's going to suck up all the usage rates there. And if he's in the backcourt with Caruso, Caruso's a great player, but he's not like an initiator or a creator on offense. So that'll be good. But for fantasy, it sucks because he's just not going to have the time to get, counted stats.
With Lonzo, I like this deal a lot for Chicago. I think 4 for 85 is pretty reasonable, given how well Lonzo has played these last 2 years, especially when he's been healthy. In terms of the fantasy impact, I don't think it changes all that much for Lonzo. He's a player that at times can be assertive. He'll take 8 threes one night, and then he'll take 2 threes the next night. He does kind of float in and out. But I think going from a team kind of built around Brandon Ingram and Zion Williamson to a team that has another high usage player in Zach LaVine probably doesn't change a whole lot for him. He has a nice pick and roll partner in Nikola Vucevic, so you don't necessarily worry about those assist numbers being affected all that much. But to me, like Stan said, it's more about Kobe White. What does this mean for a guy who was a lottery pick 2 years ago? And, Kobe White got benched midway through last season for Thomas Satoransky, who's now in New Orleans. I don't think Chicago is overly high on Kobe White right now. And I think bringing in Lonzo Ball only backs up that notion. So, Kobe White probably goes to a stay away now in standard leagues, a guy who you could still target on certain nights in DraftKings contests, but he's kind of the odd man out. And I think at some point it wouldn't be shocking if Chicago maybe looks to move on from Kobe White.